Hey guys, quick update on the LS4. You can see here that I've got the front water pump cover off and the alternator off and the power steering pump off. One of the first projects I want to tackle is figuring out a solution to mounting the starter to the oil pan. There's a couple different things I've been thinking of. I've been looking at getting actually a front sump oil pan. If I can get some light on this, maybe to be able to see it better. So a front sump oil pan will have almost no lip back here. It'll be very shallow back here, and it'll get deep right around here, and then that will hold the oil. I just have to take some measurements once. If I do go that route, I'll just have to take some measurements, because what I was thinking about doing here is getting the starter mounted. I'm going to have to modify this oil pan at minimum, but get the starter mounted up under the oil pan here and see the feasibility as far as that goes, and see where the sump is, the oil pickup is at inside the oil pan, and see what kind of challenges I'm going to face as far as that goes. As far as engine mounts go, I haven't decided. I think I did email West Coast Fiero. They do make mounts for the 88 cradle, and they, according to the email, according to Chris, they are designed to work with a factory cradle. They probably require welding, which is no big deal, but if I can use the factory unmodified cradle, that would help easing this thing in there. And here we got the engine flipped upside down. You can kind of see that there's a pocket already for the starter, but the starter still won't fit. I'm going to have to take some measurements off of the V6, probably from the block location here, and do a measurement out to here on the V6, and then transfer that over to this location here, so that I get the right distance when I build my mount in here. I'm probably going to have to weld some dowels to the pan here, and then I can bolt the starter to that. And depending on where the sump is under this pan here, I'm going to have to notch this out to fit the starter. I'll grab the starter real quick. So there's your starter kind of in place. You kind of have to see how much of the pan needs to be modified, if I'm going to modify it. But if a rear sump pan will work, then I'll just use a front sump LS pan, and then I don't even need to modify this one. But I probably will actually modify this one to see how far I need to go and clear. But this is pretty much the smallest starter that I could find. This is actually a factory 3500 LX9 starter. That's where that's kind of sitting. I'm going to have to take some measurements. That way I get the proper distance from the flex plate flywheel to the starter location. But that's where I'm at with it right now. A lot of work ahead of me. Going to have to pull the cradle, like I said before, get everything mounted up, get everything fabbed up, get everything measured, and we'll go from there. But water pump solution, I have a solution already for the water pump. Probably going to use something remote electric with some AN lines, maybe like a -12 or 16 or whatever they might be. There's some fittings you can buy for these coolant ports here, and then I can just weld up like a coolant box with a thermostat or something like that. And I've already got a alternator solution figured out too, which will be easy. So it'll just be the crank pulley, the starter, and then an idler pulley, and I'm all set as far as the front accessories go. No AC on the car. I don't have to worry about the AC or none of that stuff, so that's going to be a piece of cake. Alright guys, that's it for now. Stay tuned for more videos.